At insuremyride.com.au, we know what it's like on the bike. So our bike insurance is only for bike riders. Whatever you ride, road, off-road and even scooter. Don't get ripped off. Insure your ride online and save 25%.
G'day, I'm Guy Allen. Welcome to Motorcycle TV. Today we're playing with this, the second generation Hayabusa. We're revisiting this bike 4 years after the launch of the second generation and 13 years after the launch of the first. Is it still relevant in today's world? Suzuki didn't just do a cosmetic makeover of this bike, which in fact was controversial at the time. They also gave it a significant mechanical upgrade. For example, slightly longer stroke, about 2mm, bumped up the capacity to 1340cc. They also upgraded the fuel injection, changed some of the tuning and beefed up the compression ratio to around 12.5 to 1. So the upshot of all that was significantly more horsepower, up from around 175 to 190, getting something like 175 or thereabouts at the back tyre. The injection upgrades mean that the throttle is very crisp, and this is an ultra flexible motor. Really, you can hoof away in a tall gear with almost no revs on board and it will happily get you up to light speed before you know it. Typical slick operation for the gearbox, of course, typical Suzuki, no complaints there, and a light clutch. Overall, despite the fact that this thing will haul the horizon up in one hell of a hurry, this is a really easy motorcycle to ride and noticeably easier than the first generation. One thing I like over the first generation is the brakes on this one. Even though they went from 6-spotter to 4-spot on the front, they're actually sharper and they've got more power. Downsides, well, Kawasaki ZX14 equivalent has come up with ABS and traction control. Traction control I can probably live without. ABS would be a really nice option on this motorcycle. One of the numerous upgrades for this generation was the suspension. It's just that little bit sharper than the first generation bike. The action's a little better. It's just a nicer thing to be on. What does it cost? About $19,000. Something you'll learn to appreciate, despite the fact it's got a huge amount of power, is this actually is a genuine all-rounder. It'll happily bumble along in traffic without any real trouble. It will certainly tour if you wanted to. It's no touring bike, but it's surprisingly comfortable, and it's a pretty impressive sports bike. Okay, it's not going to keep up with a GSXR on a racetrack, but it'll give it a damn good shake-up. The fact is, the Hayabusa is actually aged very, very well. It's still a competitive, lovely motorcycle to ride. Lots of power, you know where the money went. It feels good to be on it. Frankly, I'd own one in a heartbeat. I already own a first generation and this will be a lovely addition to the shed, if only. See this edition of Motorcycle Trader magazine for a full test.